Welcome back to the LCS Challengers League. I'm Mazel, joined by Kangas and Covey yet again as we have a little bit of fun here prepped up between this game. But I do want to cover what happened in that first game. And I feel like, as was expected, we can talk through it just a little bit. Golden Guardians Challengers came out on top, Kangas.
Yeah, I think that Rose Thorn's early gank, we cannot overstate how much that impacted the map. Because Team Liquid first, they were winning the bot lane. They won the early trade. They had the push. They were trying to control the lane. And they thought they saw Rose Thorn path top, but the fact that he doubled back changed the entire early game for bot side. And I honestly keep going back to that in my head, is like, that was the difference maker right there.
It was a huge point in the game. Yeah. I loved the mind games there. Like, I think something I love to talk about is bluffing. I think bluffing is a huge part of League of Legends to the highest level, because everyone's so good at this high level. They all know what's optimal with the rough idea. So when you're able to have a fake out moment like that, playing around vision, you can see the type of impact it has on games, especially in fives. And that was huge. It shifted the game totally in Golden Guardians' favor very early on.
It did indeed. We'll see what TL First can do to get back into it. But now we got to get to the fun part of the halftime bit, where we have a little bit of art that seems to be challenging. As our LCS challengers do challenge the LCS, I want to challenge some art in my awful drawing skills. I have chosen a couple themes here. I've drawn 4 beautiful works of art to represent something that was happening in the game. I hope you guys can figure out what it is for each one of them. I'm going to go ahead and bring up our first one for Art is Challenging here. And don't judge me. All right, don't judge. No judging. No judging.
Has been passed already.
No judging.
I've seen your drawing skills.
True, you have seen my drawing skills.
We just talked about this.
We did. Look at that. Isn't my art beautiful?
Yeah, you did a great job with this one, I will say. Now,
you like the cheerleader, like the little high people at the side, you know, the bot lane cheering on the beautiful Poro that decided to dupe the bot lane of TL First.
I gotta say, top 2 Sejuani skin choice by Rose Thorn. I think Sejuani Dawn Chaser for me is second. But Poro Rider Sejuani, it's pretty unbeatable, and I feel like your art shows why.
I want to say you spent so much time animating the like, I don't know if Sejuani's the mount. No, Sejuani's the person, right? What's the mount's name? You animated the mount.
That's what matters here, Kangas. What are you on about?
It's just stick people. It's just stick people
who,
for the bot lane.
Who brought Sejuani down to the bot lane? Who was it? Huh? Answer the question. Answer it.
It was the Poro.
I guess
there you go. There you go. We got the answer. We got the answer.
Sure.
Who's walking? Huh? Sejuani just sits there. Sejuani just sits there. All right. Anyways, that was our first picture. Menacing.
You didn't even make
Rose Thorn is menacing.
Also, I believe
just hanging out.
I believe the boar is called Bristle or Bristlethorn.
But it's got to have a different name when it's a Poro. Got to have a different name. All right, we're going to move on to the second one here. What could this possibly be? I know it is beautiful. You don't have to comment on that, especially the middle figure. It is exact representation. What is this?
Yo, that Kindred is yoked, though.
Yo, right? Is it? See, you already knew it was Kindred. Look Kangas, how good I am.
Can you beat that, Kangas? I can't.
I mean, maybe I did. That's not Kindred.
That is Kindred. That's the superhero like Kindred that came and saved the bot lane from the second Rose Thorn plays.
I understand that, but pull it up again. Now, full box.
That's Kindred. You see the hooves at the bottom? They have hooves. There's Wolf right there next to them, like a fuzzball.
Where's the bow and arrow?
The multicolored. You don't need the bow and arrow when you've got these yoked arms, man. Just flex and the lamb's respite comes out. That's what happens.
All right. Well, you know.
So we know what happened. All right. We know it was a beautiful piece of art.
This was a cool moment, of course, trying to save the bot lane, but it was still because the bot lane already got put so far behind.
No. We don't talk about that. All right, we move on. All right, next thing we got here. Cubby referenced this, and I hope you guys understand what it is, because it took a while to draw all these, and it was not worth it.
Oh my god! Well,
but this could be.
Is this something? Is this like an LEC Wooloo like teaser leak that we have from Mazel? Is that like the style we're going for here?
Maybe.
We got Golden Guardians on the right, on the starboard side. Well, now I can't see it. No.
Oh, well, there you go.
All right, yeah, we need to analyze this. Stats. 10.1. 600.
Don't read too much into it. Don't read too much into it. Just take it for face value, all right? Take it for face value.
24 over 4%? What is
Yep, exactly.
What
Don't
does that
take
mean?
it. That's what I'm saying. Don't read too much into it.
I think these might be some of the team KDAs and kill percentages.
Don't read too much into it. It's a big ball of stats, and that's all it is. It's just a random. It's random numbers that I threw in there. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Don't read too much into it. It's just a big ball of stats.
Now, Mizzell,
and it says big stats. GG.
Mizzell,
I thought there was some help.
I know that art is challenging. Okay,
it is.
That's
it
part
is
of the segment. Can I recommend something that might be able to,
Don't tell me to use text.
No.
Use text, I'll blow up at you.
I love the ball of stats. I really do. But can we put it in the middle of Scion next time? Where he's has a big axe and then has a bunch of stat numbers in his chest.
Because you said it once in the cast, so I expect you to keep on to it.
He has a hole in his chest. We can fit the stats in there.
I can't draw Scion. All right.
Honestly, this is about as good artistic representation of Scion as the last one was of Kindred. I will say.
It's pretty good. Well, wait till you see this next one. All right.
I feel like the way that you did this was the first one with the Puro Rider. You thought there was one submission needed, and then it was oh crap, wait, I need 4. So we spent a lot of time on the first submission.
All the effort on the first one. All right. Well, if you like this one, you're definitely gonna like this last one.
Oh no!
And it's gonna go great. Yes, I saw something from the beginning, and I could have come up with anything else, but in the end, I wanted to promote this guy.
Kassadin.
It is beautiful, isn't it? It is Kassadin. Right off the top.
Wait,
I don't know what happened to his face.
I got one better. I got
to be fair,
one for Kassadin.
That is nightmarish, and Young was definitely nightmarish.
It was exact. See,
he's got W
on the same page. I don't know why we have Kangas here.
W's active,
I have it. I drew a Kassadin yesterday.
Oh, we got live tweets too.
It now.
Look at that, Mizzell.
I don't think I have it.
Someone out there likes your drawings.
Somebody does. I thank you, and I hope your PayPal is full. These are tragic, but art is challenging.
This is actually Mizzell's second Twitter account. He posted that up.
We
found
found the KD burner.
So which one of the three is your favorite? It's got to be the ball of stats, right? It's that or the Puro.
I think it is the ball of stats, just because I don't know that the Puro has a bunch of stick figures in it.
The Puro is hands down. You didn't like
the Kindred flex? I mean, look.
You did some really nice work with the Puro, I gotta say. The Puro, I mean, that is well done. Now, I will say,
the tongue's a good part.
There is a reason that I have a digital frame that is displaying my art, because I cannot draw for poop. All right, so I respect the effort that you've put in, Mizzell. Thank you for the segment. It's well done.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. My art is very challenging, but we got to get into what happened and what we want to see for this final game of the day for week number 3 for us. Golden Guardians Challengers versus Team Liquid Honda first. First and foremost, though, Cubby, break it down. More strength out of the top lane for TL first. Do we need to see something change up in the draft structure? What do you want to see broken down?
I don't know. I'm kind of curious. I think that saving counter for Aspect there, I get wanting to take the Cassante because a lot of the good Cassante matchups were gone, but Concept just neutralized that matchup and GG won the rest of the map. If I'm TLF, I would really think about just trying to find a top lane matchup where it's harder to neutralize or where, Surdy can get an advantage. I really like how TLF play around Surdy. I think they've done it so successfully in a lot of their wins. Even in games they haven't won, they've gotten leads through City, going to dive top when Surdy is able to set it up from the start. And I want to see TLF try to find a strategy where they can play to their strengths.
And do we still want to put a lot of focus on the... Oh my God.
This is
you just whip this up now?
No, I did draw this yesterday, but I just wanted to flex my own drawing skills since Mizzell was flexing his.
You're just trying to one up me here.
Why does he have a Skarner tail for an arm, though?
That is a great question. And I didn't know that Void creatures wore backpacks.
He put the team in his backpack. That was...
I was able to catch on to that.
doesn't have a backpack, Kangas. Get on the lore.
We had Jax, Vi, Lux, Kate.
I'm saying mine was more lore efficient. Mine was better.
He even got the ones with the backpack.
Nope. don't care about that. The fact that mine was actually casted and yours had a bunch of tag
This was
alongs.
also
Like,
Golden Guardians too. This was young.
doesn't matter.
Yeah, maybe we should ban that Cassinan, you know?
Are we still focusing on the Rose Thorn versus City Witty matchup? Or are we saying that something else has developed here, though? Cubby or Kangas? One of the two.
I'll jump in there. I think that I'm actually putting more weight behind Aspect now. Now that Aspect is willing to pull out the Cassiopeia, I think that this is showing that Team Liquid Honda First are willing to put more in the Aspect basket and had some really good plays there in the late game team fights. So I'm actually thinking that this is a confidence boost for Aspect overall. I think the team is realizing, hey, we can maybe look to play a little bit more through the mid lane now.
I'm actually going to switch it up and say I think it's Surdy versus Array. I think these are the two big carries and who get the resources, and I want to see who can perform in game 2.
Well, we're about to find out as we are ready for picks and bans for our final game. So, guys, let's see it.
Thank you, Mazel. Hopefully by the time we come back, he'll have improved his art skills a little bit there. Ball of stats. That was a good one, though. I will give him that. I was happy with the ball of stats. I think creativity.
That was clever.
There.
I appreciate, you know, even if Sion does have a gaping hole in his chest, that we can put those stats in. I appreciated it.
Crazy. TL First versus Golden Guardians Challengers for game number 2. Our final game of week number 3 here, Cubby. And what I will say is that you can never count out TL First after picking up a win against Team Liquid Challengers. I still think stylistically that this is a pretty good matchup for them. And like you said, playing into Surdy, I think Aspect, he raised his confidence level, or at least should have from that last game. But you're right. I think Surdy is still a big focus for this team.
And curiously enough, we actually have TLF on blue side this time around. So this is only their 3rd game of the year on blue side. They are 2-0 on this side.
So far, yeah.
But they've been using red side quite a bit. So I'm kind of curious how the blue side switches things up. I got to say, with the Sejuani taken off the board, I'm expecting a first pick Ashe or Maokai, given the priority that we've seen. City has yet to play Maokai, though. So the Sejuani ban's kind of curious to me. Maybe they're just trying to get Rose Thorn off that champion, recognizing some of the strength that he's had with the Sejuani on Golden Guardians, as that pick after that game did move to 5-1.
Maokai locked in.
Okay.
TL First. They are going for it early on. And I'm just loving the first 3 bans from Golden Guardians Challengers. Both games, they've stuck with it. Fiora, Jax taking away Surdy's picks. Karthus picking away City Witty's big scaling power pick. And now with a Maokai locked in for TL First.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's not something that we really know City Witty to pilot.
It is the 11th unique champion that City's played so far in this split.
Wow.
In the Maokai in 14 games. So it will be countered by the Elise. This tells me a very heavy bot priority, as I'm expecting to see that Lucian Nami just picked up here by Golden Guardians. You want to index even harder into the bot lane? Could take something like a Varus here.
Looking at the hover so far, I mean, obviously I think these are just kind of fun picks. But at the same time, whenever I see the Mundo, I know the concept does play that. So could be a hint for what's to come in the future. But it's Ashe locked in with the Elise.
Yeah.
Playing meta right now.
Lucian Nami, it's an option, but it does get beat pretty good by Ashe plus Varus, which we could see as all those longer range marksmen are still up to flex that Ashe 2 support. So we will have a Nautilus being hovered and likely locked in, as TL already looking to break what could be a double marksman bot lane. But if I see the Nautilus here, I usually advocate for Braum. And Braum Ashe is a damn good lane, and you can play that into Maokai. So Ashe does bring main engage, because you want secondary engage as Braum. And if a team jumps into you, Prismal's played it. It could be a game where we could see that pulled out.
And I love it also because Rovex has looked better on things that can get out of lane.
Yeah.
When they do that, Mia then plays something where she can play safer on. I think Zaya's kind of in that wheelhouse. It would be a little off meta right now, but hey, it is something where you can dodge out Ashe arrows. You know,
it's good in Ashe.
Need a support with you
to
keep you safe, and this enables Rovex to get out and affect top half of the map, mid lane, top lane.
I like Zaya into Ashe. I think it's good. Now, there's a choice here for Golden Guardians. They can go Jhin Varus and just go all out for this bot lane and really try and pressure it early, but that would leave them vulnerable if they do get behind it all. So it will look to be actually the Heimerdinger for Prismal. He's still playing this even after the nerfs that we've had on the B patch, where it's mostly 2 auto attacks now to get rid of the turrets. But if Prismal's quick, he can use the turrets to catch those dredge lines. It could be pretty good against Nautilus.
And also the W changed, less base damage, more AP ratio, so it's better in the late game if you build full AP, but it doesn't feel great as great in laning phase. You are not as oppressive now, so yeah, I mean, but still, it can set up the Ashe. They can play off of each other. The slows from the Ashe will set up the Heimerdinger stun, and it is still a pretty scary lane to go into regardless.
Now, we will see if TL takes away the Cassante, as Gwen, a ban that... Surdy is a very good Gwen player, but also a counter to Cassante. And I love seeing the Kassadin taken away, even with all the magic damage already showing for Golden Guardians challengers. I think that Young has earned that ban over time.
He's played it every time it's up, pretty much. And he is very good on this pick as well. So, makes sense.
It is 3-0.
Yeah, they will have to blind pick something here. And I'm assuming Golden Guardian... Well, actually, now that I say it, I don't know if I can assume that Golden Guardians would blind pick their top lane and then give Surdy that counter pick.
Oh, they would. I think that we could see a Cassante here for sure. Now, if it is Cassante, I would expect Gnar out of Surdy. And Surdy has proven that he can win that. So we will see if they do indeed go for the Cassante here. The Azir ban tells me they are leaning towards actually taking that Cassante, because then they don't want TL to blind Azir.
Interesting to see then that the Renekton is banned from TL first.
It's Elise.
Fair enough. Cassante is locked in for Golden Guardians Challengers. So now what does Surdy want to play into that? You said the Gnar.
Yep.
I still feel like they want something that Surdy can just solo carry the game on. He's done it on things like Fiora Jax, but he's... Without those, even the Gwen off the table, like, there's not many other things as options.
Could go all engage and go Camille. I think that's the only other option. So I'm expecting Gnar or Camille here for the side of TLF. We have a very good Camille player in Surdy historically. A good Gnar too, but Camille was really the champion that he was able to hit very high ranks on when it came to not only the Oceanic ladder, but the Korean ladder and the NA ladder as well.
Well, they're giving him time. Victor locked in for Aspect in the mid lane. That is the blind mid pick. I mean, the Golden Guardians, I mean, Silas looking decent right here. Victor ult, Nautilus ult, and the Camille hover. You called it, Cubby. This is what Surdy is pivoting to.
I don't know if I would love Silas, as I know that like it's very magic damage heavy on the side of Golden Guardians. So I know you have access to really, really good ults right now. But it would help with the engage. I don't think GG has a huge problem with that. I was actually kind of curious. Maybe we get an AD mid out of Young, but no, not going to be the case. Just going to be Young's Akali. I will say Akali's pretty good matchup into Camille as well. So Young might be able to side lane later into the game. And of course, you do have that pressure on Victor, especially given the fact that we have an Elise.
Victor's got to be careful. If you get hit by one Cocoon, you're probably going down. TLF, different look for them between this game 1 and 2. I expect Rovex to get on the map early and often. I expect Surdy to be played into heavily. Aspect is still piloting something that can do well in these, mid to late game team fights. So maybe that's the most similar look that we have here. But then Golden Guardians also flexing a little bit of what they're able to pilot.
Yeah, and I mean, Concepts Cassante, this is going to be his 7th game on it, so half his games. But Rosethorn, when he was first coming up in the scene, he was kind of known for Rek'Sai, Kindred, and then Elise. So it's the 2nd game on Elise, and I'm really curious to see what he can get done with this pick. It is all about the early game, and I still expect him to be attacking bot lanes, so we'll see if he can do so successfully.
Has been doing that most often throughout the split. Very active bot and also mid. First weekend, Rosethorn was just like circling mid lane, always trying to get Young ahead and playing through that too. So it is a pick that can do so. As we're live, we got a full 5-on-5 already set up.
That was aggressive right off the bat here. I was worried.
Level 1 invade jump scare right there.
Well, we do have Golden Guardians going 5-man bot to try and help Prismal set up his turrets, which he has now done so successfully. Now, yeah, Mia can clear these out with Qs. So I'm kind of curious to see if Mia actually bases here to get some mana back. And it will be a ward being killed by Array. No base from Mia, 4 mana. But Xayah, not bad here. Oh boy, this is interesting. This is winning for TLF if Elise face checks.
And it looks like Rosethorn will walk straight in. No expectation of the cheese brush as Flash Doesn't use it, just walks away. Can you even clear a camp now?
Yeah.
You have smite.
Yeah,
you're
you're
gonna
at
have to
least.
smite it, yeah.
Yeah, so it was a smite, but I mean, at least has W, so it should be good to go. As we'll see what City can do with this advantage. Very curious to see a split map with Elise Maokai. I mean, one of the powerful things about Elise is that, you know, when you get a red buff, you find Maokai, you can just run him down. The fact that City is able to take away the red buff of Elise, we're just going to have to see if Rosethorn decides to cross map. Going to be difficult against Victor, as Victor does have push against Akali the first few waves, so this opener for TLF really strong.
The thing is, I expect Array and Prismal to have push bot.
Yeah, they will.
So Rosethorn can at least rely on them. City's going for the full top clear. Might honestly just go for a gank on the concept early. If you're trying to play through 30 anyway, that could be the angle.
We've seen City do this quite a bit before, but no, he's actually going to base, probably grab boots, and see if he can answer Elise on the bot side.
I don't hate this look either. As we see Rosethorn
He's not
taking
spotted.
the bait, walking into the bottom jungle. We even got a reset from Mia while Rovex stays in lane. And with that ward, they see the Rosethorn is here. Mia's running bot. Rovex has not started to rotate himself. So it's going to be Aspect and City Witty here answering this invade.
He at least gets the Oh, does he even get the Raptors? No.
City
Wow.
steals.
Wow.
Flashes in with the twisted advance. As a Bramble Smash, it's dodged with the repel and jumps onto Aspect, who doesn't quite have enough damage to get the kill. One more auto, though. Flash out of Rosethorn, dangerously close to death.
Oh my god, the Airy almost got the kill there for Aspect.
Yeah.
Onto Rosethorn.
I'm surprised Aspect didn't flash auto, too.
He would have died maybe to Akali, so I like the hold. Like, again, Victor, you really want to keep that flash up. It's a super valuable summoner spell. So I think the discipline from Aspect is warranted here. But I gotta say, this is a terrible start for Akali, as Prismal's actually in the face of Maokai. Hold on, what's going on bot?
Yeah, Prismal's just walking. Oh, wait a minute. Well then.
What?
City was not expecting that. If I can imagine, we're probably going to get a replay. I imagine this. Prismal walks up, drops the turret, presses E, stuns. Drops the turret, presses W, autos, drops the turret. And that should be enough to kill City Witty.
This game's weird now, as Aspect, speaking of that flash.
Good thing he's got it. Oh, won't even get to use it, though. I think he's just dead. Yeah, there's no reason to waste that. You know you're falling. Young picks up the kill.
Nice recovery from Rosethorn. We'll be able to pick up his camp. So the fact that Prismal goes to find the Maokai and kills him, honestly, I don't want to say it saves the game on the side of Golden Guardians, but it makes things so much easier, as here's our wonderful replay.
Q, E, W.
Oh, man.
Oh, he didn't even land the stun.
Wow.
He went for 3 Qs before the W, but still.
Wow.
That's the damage.
Oh, wait, okay.
What is going on? How did we get here? All right,
we've had the kill.
Gets the kill. Cool.
All right, this game's a fun one. We got a lot of things going on.
Can we keep this energy up? Every time we come out of a replay or come back into the live game, I don't want to do it unless there's action. Okay, that's the challenge to the observers. Keep the replays going.
Challenge. Hopefully challenge. I mean, we've had a crazy start to this one. I will say, now at this point, Rosethorn has all of their camps available, but City on the Maokai has gotten reasonably, I don't want to say ahead, but like the early levels are the scary ones, as Aspect's going to be happy he held that flash.
Yeah, the stun lands, but not enough damage to follow up, so Aspect does get out, but man, look at how hard he's been focused so far in this early game.
And we'll see if GG can actually take away the Raptor camp. City does have a smite available, so this should be all his. Like how Rovex is here to try and defend. We'll lose the ward, but City gets the camp. That's okay. Will be an early dragon. This dragon take, if they want it, it is pretty easy for the side of Golden Guardians, given the fact that you have spiders and turrets to help tank this one up. So, love to see GG taking advantage of the champions they've drafted, even with the early game not going to script they would have liked. It's able to find something.
An Array winning the trades onto Mia so far. The recall lands the root. Prismal poking out a little bit more. City's coming in for a lane gank. Not spotted. This could be big. Hex Flash is available. If you Hex Flash in, Twisted advance onto Prismal. Rovex can follow up. There it is. And it follows even past the Heimerdinger flash. But with the turrets down, they can reposition and turn the play into the minion wave. TLF committed. And now they're getting hard punished for it. Instant cleanse from Mia. But the other two fall. Jungler support down. 2 more kills to Golden Guardians.
And it's a small thing from Rosethorn, but I really like to see him go for the second target with the Cocoon. They know that they had Nautilus down, so going for the Cocoon on City, that's big. And now look at the bot lane lead that Array's opened up. The CS is close, but he's level 6. Mia's still level 4.
A little disgusting so far in this early game. It has been far from a standard start. Prismal.
Look at Prismal.
No. Mia doesn't have flash. Mia doesn't have cleanse. Mia doesn't have ult. And Prismal is lying in wait. Ignite, ready to go.
Is this an approved Heimerdinger strategy from you, Kangas?
Absolutely.
Hold on. I know we have 2 mid. Please look bot.
Mia's probably just dead. 1 shot. Yep.
Oh my god.
Pour one out. Everyone in Twitch chat, pour one out. I don't know what we're pouring. I don't think there's an emote for it, but find something that's applicable.
Man. Prismal. You're a nice guy. That's so mean.
It's just rude, honestly.
That's just so rude.
Yeah. And Bags picks up the Dark Seal, and then we'll get back onto the map to back up Rosethor, go towards this Herald. I mean, the map just belongs on me. Yeah!
Oh, no. Oh, man. So I will say, Prismal, 2-0-2 on the Heimerdinger. Having early gold in this Champions is actually really impactful, because if you finish the Rylai's early, that is something that really does change how games can be played around Heimer, given all the utility you get from a completed Rylai's. So you see Prismal shifting up towards the Herald, and it was a wild start. I really like the opener from TLF to take the topside camps away from Elise and deny that red buff. But the recovery from GG off the back of Prismal, honestly, has been so much better. Not only does he find that solo kill in between 2 turrets bot, but also the ganks mid have been really impactful this game.
And this is on the nerfed Heimerdinger as well, keep in mind. So I have to say, you know what? I was excited to play some AP Misfortune support. I might still be a Heimer main now that I'm watching Prismal pilot this to such effect. I'm getting the itch, as it were.
Wow. I guess
Kangas
doesn't want to adapt.
A specific champion, you're like, I'm feeling it.
Oh, always. But that one for me is Ezreal, and I'm on 60 ping now, so it's no fun.
That will be tough. Okay, can Prismal do it again? He's on a mission. He's deep in enemy territory. He's spotted.
There's still no
Psalms. Stop it. Mia's still not level 6. She's dead. At what point does it become bullying for the Heimerdinger to do this?
I think we're there.
Rovex, no flash. Okay, the stun didn't land that time, but it was enough. It was slow. And, yeah, I mean, this map just does not belong to TLF. This game is completely out of their control, and it's all thanks to this little snowman dude on your screen.
And, I mean, for Prismal, like, with this role swap, I think that Prismal, like, he's always been someone that's been vocal and a leader within his teams, even from Marksman. Like, we knew that he had the mechanics, but Prismal always wanted to be a playmaker playing Marksman, and that was for better or worse. And I think that you just take that mentality and put it in this role. Prismal's worked really hard to improve, but I think we're seeing, what can happen when you get a player that loves to make plays, is always thinking about, what can I do? What more can I do? Support's just a role that fits that so much better. As now, oh my God, the cleanse is out. It's a 3-level difference.
Yeah, just hits level 6. Thank goodness. Mia can now use the ult to get away from this insane hard focus. So the pros of Rovex piloting something that can get around the map is it helps the rest of the map. The cons is Rovex is just never with Mia. And Golden Guardians say, hey, there's a level 580 carry all alone. Let's just repeatedly punish this, because Xayah needs level 6 before she can play safer.
Yeah, this has been a pretty gross game coming out of Prismal and Golden Guardians Challengers. As Prismal.
This is Rylai's with a completed support item.
Yeah,
the 3
at 11 minutes
on Dark Seal.
That's the first completed item in the game. And he stopped for Dark Seal.
I will say, I've done better. I've gotten a sub 10-minute Rylai's. Take that, Prismal.
Yeah. You want to share your rank with the class?
You know what, Cubby?
What
Speaking of being rude.
Gold 2?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, we should get the skin buff, you know.
I was gold 1 when I got that though, and then I demoted.
No, that's fine. That's respectable.
I don't know if that's better or worse in the story.
It's
I probably could
respectable.
have left that part out.
No, it's I asked for it, you know, because I had to bully you a little bit. But no one can bully harder than what Prismal's done to the bot lane of TLF this game. He's still the true bully on the map.
You know, we did it with Insanity of like, hey, play the Udyr mid, and we're all going to try it, and then you rate our play. We should do that with Prismal right now. Because I don't know if any of us are going to do as well as this. And what he is showing currently. Disgusting. That's flash and ult out of Mia.
And we're going to TP top as Camille's looking for a play on the side. Again, really tough to make plays on the Akali as a Camille. Definitely one of the few matchups that Akali can actually win playing at top. So, I think the pick for Young, while it's a lot of magic damage, had some value to it.
Prismal!
As Prismal is... Prismal plays the game in between enemy turrets, you know? It's not Singed, but he's really channeling his inner Singed and the Hens with some of the gameplay here.
I know we don't have this stat readily available, but I would love to know the percentage of time he spent on the enemy side of the map as Mia, without the ult, without the cleanse, without any summoner spells, once again picked off underneath the turret. What are you supposed to do there? Like, you're getting slowed by multiple abilities. Ashe is laying into you with lethal tempo damage.
You're supposed to not be there, which is tough. The game's gotten a bit out of control.
You're supposed to not be against a 3-0-3 Heimerdinger at that moment who has just purchased a Mesh Ice.
Respect. You know what? We can do some reading as a Prismal. This game's getting out of control. Kangas, we've...
Surdy. Come on, let's see
Surt, yeah.
Let's see the 1v3 outplay. I believe in you, Surdy.
Oh.
Okay, well...
Maybe not.
But the team gets up on the other side. No, Young is out of there.
Mia
with the flank. Not enough feathers for the root. Flash from City.
Yep.
You commit everything to this TLF. You give that kill to Mia. She deserves it. After the laning phase, 1 and 3 picks up a kill. Much needed gold in the 80 carry spot.
Scoreboard, baby.
Yeah. Hey, after having to lane solo against a fed Heimerdinger for that long, you give that kill to the Xayah.
The kill in between the turrets, probably the dirtiest thing I've seen so far.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. We didn't have ult up yet. That's a bummer. Xayah ult, very high cooldown.
The kill feels nice.
Yeah, it does. Another gray screen does not, but, you know. Yeah, I was thinking about making a thread of games that were done the fastest in NACL. Like where I deemed the game was over. This one's going to be on the list. First off, it's the thread of games that are the most ridiculous that we can all watch, because if you didn't know. After today, Kangas, you know how many games we've played of NACL?
I think you said 100? Young go underneath the turret.
He gone.
Coming in. Concept made it. Aspect picks up the kill. I don't think Concept will be able to chase onto Rovex. Yeah, Blast
nice. All right, let's go TLF.
Hey.
All right, well, in order for TLF to win this game, they're going to need like 5 or 6 more of those plays. So that is a good start. But in fact, after today, Kangas, we will have played 108 games of NACL through 3 weeks.
Wow.
So we're gonna make a thread first off of the 5.
So many games.
The 5 biggest bangers. All right, which will include all the dumb games.
I think it should include this game at this point. I mean,
no, that's the 5 games that have ended the fastest.
I don't know.
That's definitely this one.
I think we are approaching banger territory right now, Cubby.
Are we?
Banger station
right
around the corner.
I hope so. I mean, this has been a one-sided fling so far, but you know, I'm okay with some throws to make things interesting at the end of the day.
God, ult. Oh, I thought he would just chuck the ult E right there, but not gonna commit. But I mean, okay. So let's add a couple more qualifiers here.
Okay.
In order for it to be a banger, I think that Team Liquid first need to come back at least another like 8,000 gold. You got to get within striking distance.
We've had some wild bangers so far. All right, so in order for it to qualify for an all-time NACL banger that we've had so far this season, it's got to be over 40 minutes. That's a tough ask right now, Kangas. We're gonna start with that. Now, some ways they might be able to get there. You know, Camille has Sunder. Get some picks with the Camille. Play away from the very fed Heimerdinger in the bot lane. And at the moment, wow, it's not looking good.
Yeah. Yeah, yet again. Kind of left out to dry here. Has to approach solo.
We didn't have to burn all.
Carry. Yeah, sidestep the Ash Arrow. That was big.
Yeah, don't take the inhibitor. Actually, this is where we start getting in the league conspiracy theories. You know what needs to happen? Mia needs to let that bot inhibitor fall.
Oh.
Let it die. It's too early in the game. Let it die. Okay, can we look bot real quick? Are we going to let... Okay, I don't know if we're going to let it die or not.
I think it might.
Yeah?
They're letting it die.
Let it die.
Look at that. LS fans around the world rejoice.
This is correct.
Team Liquid first. Oh, did we speak too soon?
No, this is correct.
They're doing it. They're actually doing it.
Okay, so why do we do this? Because we get a cannon now on every wave. It takes 25 minutes to get a cannon every other wave. So now we actually get more gold that we can funnel into Mia. Now, that is the worst inhibitor to drop, given that Baron is up. But the inhibitor was dropped along with the timer of Dragon. And Baron will be up for 2 minutes while that inhibitor is down. I don't know if that's going to help TLF or not. But, you know, might as well get into some wild ways to get more gold on our team, given how one-sided this game is. Kangas, think we'd be talking about conspiracy theories and League of Legends on a Monday? Oh.
You know what? I don't care. I don't care. We've boarded banger bus, Cubby. I know it's a 9,000 gold differential, but we are on the banger bus right now.
What did we board? All right, well.
It's a banger.
Okay, well. Hopefully, you know, I don't know if this is a ride I want to be on or not, but we'll see if Golden Guardians can continue to play out clean, as Prismal has been gifted a blue buff. Why not?
Trying to think of anything else that it could be other than a butt. It's got to be a butt. I already said banger station. There's nothing else that's at a station, Cubby.
Yeah, trains. I don't like what you're doing the trains right now. But anyway, we're in LA now, so public transit just is not a thing.
It is a nightmare overall.
It took me an hour and 20 minutes to go 12 miles the other day.
That's too long.
Yeah, GG's playing this much faster. I wish it was that fast city.
They're trying to end the game right
hold on. Okay, Rosethorn.
Rosethorn takes the repel deep in enemy territory and punished for it. Hey, there you go. Jungler for jungler. Not a bad trade for TLF given the game state.
And look at what Surdy's doing. You know, he's farming up the super creeps. Takes him forever to kill. That's some bonus gold, baby. Bonus XP. Yeah. We're getting back. Yeah, take those waves.
One tied in CS.
Put the true damage down there.
CS up, now 1 CS down, but about to catch up again.
Oh my god. All right, this is good. This is good. We're off to a good start.
What's the name of the bus that goes between like all the Midwest states? Is it just Megabus? No.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's like one of those Megabus. Okay. I don't know. I was always a Metro guy, you know.
Yeah. I actually never took that. I know that there's one that goes from Minneapolis to Chicago, so maybe someday. Although now I don't have a reason to visit Chicago because you're not there anymore, Cubby. Oh, okay.
That's sweet of you.
Did he just blast code his own turrets? Oh, that was incredible. There's not a lot happening. Okay, maybe there's a lot happening. Baron's up. I would love to get a replay of that if possible. That was incredible.
That's about where we're at right now, you know.
Baron's going to be secured here by Golden Guardians, and that was the fear that you had said from the inhibitor going down, was the fact that you can't really stop that, but yes, let's go. He doesn't get all three. Woo! He tries to get the third. Why doesn't the third go over? Oh, it's just not in the radius.
No, that's a ward, my friend. That's
a ward.
Yeah, that's a mastery point, you know.
That's incredible. I didn't even know you could do that, and I've probably played 100 games of Heimerdinger this year. Golden Guardians.
Well, that's why you're gold too.
Oh, now pushing up the top wave, taking down this inhibitor.
Second hit of the game.
Push. Come on, Prismal, land another. Do something cool. That's all I got. Prismal, do something cool.
Do a barrel roll. I don't know. At this point, pretty over for TLF. Okay, concept. Okay. The city's in the team.
Pulls back in City. Tanky on the front line. They have the turret still.
Young.
The turret's just going down, and Young is styling on them underneath the Nexus turrets.
Oh?
The waves are crashing. Prismal flashes.
Get him.
Shorty,
Oh, no.
go get him. Don't let him blast on you again.
We didn't get the E.
Oh, he dodged the... Oh, no.
We didn't get the E-hop. He was out of range.
It's over.
We didn't get the extension.
Close.
He lives. The Heimerdinger.
Prismal unkilled in this game. A nightmare. I know Timo's got the little devils. Oh, he died! Mia!
No!
You sweet justice in the world. That's a triple kill. Wait a minute. City's back up.
I think it's over. No, I think it's over. I think we're good.
Come on.
No.
Get him.
End the game.
Young doesn't have the damage.
End the
They're
game.
looking at it. Array's focusing on the Nexus. There's no shot. Golden Guardians have done it. A 2-0 and a perfect weekend for the Guardians.
Fourth team with a 4-0, and they did it in style. I don't know. Prismal killing a marksman in between turrets at level 5. That's on the highlight board for the split. That's I need comms. Prismal, please post the comms of when that play happened. That's all I want.
The funniest part, Cubby, is that when Mia comes back in and throws up the thumbs up, if Prismal had stayed there the whole time,
I know it's
have done it again.
I know it's a tough game sometimes, but sometimes it's the little things that count, help the mental in a long season. I think a thumbs up after getting back to lane definitely helped my mental from that game, so.
Hey, Golden Guardians
Mia.
knew how to punish.
Job,
as soon
Golden
as
Guardians.
they saw the Nautilus locked in, they were like, yeah, this Nautilus is probably not going to be in lane too much.
What Heimerdinger nerfs,
Punish. Yeah, what Heimerdinger nerfs?
Yeah, it was almost like the TR was reverted to, 1A.
Yeah, wait, do they have the ability to do that? Did Prismal just load into
not TR, no. We've been on 1B today, but
okay. All right.
TR is the key word there,
Well, that's about all that we can say about that game. Golden Guardians finishing strong, but we're going to send it to a short break before Mazello's back with one of the members of the victorious team for a post-series interview after this.
Hello and welcome to week 2 of the NA Talent Update. OQ started this past week, so we had assistant coach sit down with some of the people following OQs to go over some of the top talent that you should keep your eye on. Here it is.
Yeah, I didn't watch any of the games. Can anybody help me out? What happened in the NACL qualifiers?
Coach, I know we normally like to draft talent from these top teams, but I think there's a star in the making on the number 10 seed. Yeah, I'm looking at Barrick, the 5-star top laner out of Mirage. I mean, this guy puts up results, plain and simple. He's beaten Golden Guardians Academy twice on 2 different teams in 2 straight years. I mean, that's no coincidence. And with his team against the ropes in an elimination game, he took matters into his own hands, picked up a penta on Gangplank.
Though, Paucus is alive. Arendelle jumping in, forgets that Xayah ult exists. Doesn't matter though. Holy f***, are they gonna win this? Please place a trap on Xayah. Oh my... Holy sh**.
I mean, stats look great with intangibles through the roof. I mean, coach, we have to pick this guy up.
Okay, noted. What about over here?
The new player that Team Fish Taco just picked up, Dard. Nobody's ever heard of this guy. Just fresh off the ladder. Rank 1 on the ladder, by the way. Team Fish Taco, new jungler. Played really well. That Kindred game was out of this world. And yeah, like I said, nobody's ever heard of this guy. He's completely new. Definitely look into him, though. Just, you don't need to look at his Leaguepedia page. Just take my word for it. You're going to want him on your team.
This Dard player I'm going to keep my eyes on as a potential future prospect. Make sure to note that when I bring this information back to Cubby.
Thanks so much to Assistant Coach Kiss, and especially those OQ folks helping us out. Now, on to the big booty of the week with Mad Magic.
Welcome back, Gilland lovers, to another fine addition to the booty of the week. Our swashbuckler hoon be finding themselves marooned on an isle with Daria matey. The black spot be given, and at the rope's end they tuck tail and run, about to be overhauled by the Jack Tars. 'Tis only a matter of time before they feed the fish, or so hoon wants them to believe. 'Tis no lily-livered landlubber. They be an old salt of the high seed, will be a mighty brawl before they end up in Davy Jones' locker. Show these scallywags what for. Raise the Jolly Rogers for the mighty ye brethren fallen. Ah, shiver me timbers! The sea dog just cleaved them in a southern brisket. Give them no quarters, Beardy. Blow them all down and send them to the depths. Look at the cowardly swabs now, and remember this day as the day you almost caught Captain Dig Hoon. Aye, and yo ho. That's be it.
Passing up free booty is tough, but Copy did that and found real treasure as he took down 4 in our Raw Pog moment of the week.
Today. But something I do want to come back to is Breezy getting caught in the mid lane, not able to get locked down too heavily now. And the Nature's Grass coming back both ways. Robbie Bob needs to get out of there, has the perfect execution, does get out. No, he uses down the back end. Now we got the 2v3
Copy's not going to finish.
happening. Shaden goes back in. Copy goes in as well on the backside. Kevy flashes out, flashes and flashes and flashes,
Copy.
but it's Copy who comes out on top. Breezy's chasing him down. Copy one more, and a double kill for the mid laner. Robbie Bob goes back in. True shot barrage across the back.
Woo! Poggers.
And that's been it for us at the Anti-Talent Update Week 2. Special shout out to the OQ folks and everyone that helped me put together this episode. We'll see you week 3, but until then, may your week be filled with positive gaming experiences.
Welcome back to the Verizon post-game interview here for the last time of the evening, for the last time of week number 3. I'm joined by the top laner for Golden Guardians Challengers Concept, and y'all find yourselves in 9-5, a pretty darn good score streak, if I do say so myself. You're pretty positive in the first 3 weeks. What's the thing you've been most proud of that the squad's been working on so far?
I've been really proud of, I think, just how we've been working together more as a team and like getting, just like being more open with each other. I think that at first, you know, I think we weren't really doing very well as a team, honestly. Just like like playing together in game and also just getting along out of game. And I think in the first week that it really showed. We had a really hard time. But I think immediately after that, like as soon as we all lost, at the end of the day, everyone here really does care a lot about winning. And I think that we all knew that we all had to be better to do that. And I think everyone really did a good job of it these past 2 weeks. And that's why we've been, you know, winning all our games. And I'm really proud of everyone and myself for doing well with that.
That's wonderful to hear. You are a holdover for another year from Golden Guardians Academy now to Golden Guardians Challenger. Maybe the name changes, but have there been any big changes in your approach to the season from this year to last year?
Yeah, I mean, things have, compared to last split, I mean, thinking back, that was a pretty tough split, to be honest.
Yeah.
But changes in approach, I mean, I've definitely learned a lot, I think, from the past year. Like my first year in playing, I started last year. This year, like I have a lot more experience. I think I'm a lot more prepared for just like the challenges of playing as a pro. It's like improving as a pro player is a lot different than improving as a player in solo queue, and there's a lot of other stresses and stuff involved. But you know, I'm still 100% committed to winning. My whole life is still 100% committed to the game, and yeah, in that sense, I think that my approach has not changed. But yeah, that's all.
That's the drive, man. That's the drive. Now you're working with the squad, some new pieces, obviously, but more so looking at what it's like working with them. What is it like in terms of the communication structure? How you guys are bonding outside of the team, or just working together?
It's definitely pretty unique. I think that compared to other junglers I played with, Rose Thorn and also just like Young as the new mid laner, they're both a little bit less communicative in game. They don't speak as much, I would say, as some other players, but I think they both play really well, and like that's like, you know, the most important form of communication in the game, you know. So it's been kind of unique playing with them, but I've been enjoying it. I've always like viewed it as a good thing to play with players that are different than myself. I think that I learn a lot from, you know, just how they play and how they think. I think that, you know, being different is a good thing, you know, and I've enjoyed a lot playing with all the new players on my team.
It's all about perspective, man. It's so important. Speaking of perspective, you were sharing with us a little funny story behind the scenes beforehand. I wanted to bring that to broadcast. So there was a bit of a story behind Prismal's Heimerdinger, huh? Maybe somebody around here led him on to it, or?
Yeah. I mean, you guys all saw, like, you know, Prismal was going pretty crazy on the Heimerdinger that last game, and funny story is that he first didn't like Heimerdinger. Like, he didn't like to blind it. He blinded it that game, but I think in Korea he thought it was a bad blind pick, and I was like, really? I think it could be really strong, you know? Like, me as a top laner, I personally got pretty annoyed by Heimerdinger, and personally I thought it was really strong, and he started to play it a bit more, and he was doing all kinds of like crazy plays, like you saw on the last game just now. Like, he was, like, you know, just proxying, like hiding behind the tier 2, hunting the enemy jungler. In scrims he does this a lot too, and
oh no,
it goes well sometimes, it doesn't go well sometimes, but overall it's a lot of fun, and I love playing with Jake, and yeah, it's a great time.
It's nice to hear those little background stories. But I do want to dive into a little bit more of that top trio, right? Working with Rosethorn Young a little bit. Have you learned anything interesting from this short time already that you've really come away with? Like, oh, wow, that perspective was something that I came away with that was very different.
Their perspective being different than mine.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything any individual stories that are too crazy. I think overall it's been a really great time. I think, obviously last year I loved my teammates and all, but we were definitely losing a lot. It was definitely really tough. And I definitely enjoyed working along with Rosethorn and Young, and I think they're really good, and we've been winning a lot together. And I think not just that, but I can tell that we have a lot of room to improve together, and I'm really excited for the split coming forward.
Well, what are you working on here for yourself? What is your big goal for you as a top laner?
My goal as a top laner? I mean, I kind of I like to focus on the day by day. I don't think I have any. Obviously, like long-term goals are like what LCS, winning worlds.
All the tried and true check marks.
Like you can say all those things, but at the end of the day, I think just every day, my goal is to just live every day, enjoy every day, and enjoy the opportunities that I have as a pro top laner. I think that every day I want to put forward my best effort to improve, and that trust the process and enjoy the process. That's just that's my main goal.
Wise words as ever, man. I want to give you a chance to give any shout outs. Anybody you want to talk about before we let you go?
Oh yeah, shout out to my friend Sturdy, opponent top laner in the previous 3 games. Good friend of mine. He played well, and I just wanted to say shout out to him. I hope he gets another chance back in. I guess he is in CL, but he's on technically I guess one of the amateur teams. But yeah, I hope he has a chance one day to play in LCS. I like Sturdy a lot, and I think he's really good.
Appreciate you, Concept. Have a wonderful one. I'm sure we'll talk with you again soon.
Of course. Good talk. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I'm going to go ahead and bring back my analysts, Kangas and Cubby, as we say goodbye to Concept. Yeah, you're an analyst now. We see the Heimerdinger in the background for Cubby as well. But any thoughts, Kangas, on Concept's concept of the top lane?
No thoughts, only Heimerdinger reaction. That's incredible. No, I mean, I love the shout out to Surdy also. I love seeing the laners kind of have relationships with each other because we can always get more insight. We watch the game, so we see the gameplay, but it's cool when you actually get to hear from another player their thoughts on somebody else, especially when they're on friendly terms. And
yeah, it's just really nice to hear that back. I just love the Heimerdinger story. It's just always great.
Yeah. That's a fun one, and I mean, I just want to congratulate Golden Guardians. They are 7-1 out of their last 8. Their coach Swiper just tweeted, and next week they do face CLG and C9, which are no slouches. So again, those were 2 teams that I had in my top 6 of being very competitive, and the 6 teams that I thought could hoist the trophy at the end of the split. Golden Guardians continue to make a case that they could be considered, top of the table, and they are going to be able to prove that next week, facing 2 very strong rosters.
Yeah, and Cubby, Concept was so poorly lit with light, yet his interview was great. I wonder if you had no light in your room, you couldn't cast as well, right?
Yeah. Oh no. Oh.
I just wanted to check with you. Just make sure.
Really? You and Rafa are gonna do this to me?
The Heimerdinger though really shines out. I don't know how that stays in power without light, but
I literally am hearing Rafa laugh through the walls.
That's worth it. I want to go
ahead and bring up standings here. Though. He's not even doing that on your wall switch.
Oh my god. No, it's hooked up to the Wi-Fi network. It's
a whole thing. It's a whole thing. But honestly, the Heimerdinger really shows through when the lights are off. So Rafa, if you want to just keep it like that as we leave, that's perfect. I do want to go ahead and bring up the standings though here because I want to get our conversation going and see what has developed as we're rounding out week number 3, Cubby.
Dignitas continue to be our top dogs, but guys, the big story for me, we have 2 provisional non-LCS affiliate teams at the top of the table. I gotta say, I don't think Fear have been tested. We're halfway through the season. They've survived some tests, but Fear, for me, they still have a lot of good teams to go through in the strength of schedule. So I'm going to list off some of the teams that they have to face in the second round robin. Or I should say second half. 100 Thieves Challengers, CLG Challengers, C9 Challengers, Dignitas Challengers.
Yep.
And I believe it is FlyQuest. It's one of the FlyQuest teams. I don't know if it's FAM or that. But that's a really tough schedule. Wildcard as well. So I do want to see Fear get tested and see how they survive. But I thought coming into this, Faisal and Perry were players that could compete at this level. Shochi as well. The bot lane's shown improvement, which I love to see, and I'm excited to see where Fear goes. But again, huge story for me having 2 provisional teams do this well. Great to see.
They're playing Dignitas next week.
Yeah.
That's going to be exciting on day 1. So Saturday, we get to see Dignitas Challengers versus Fear. If Fear win that or even split games, I think that's when we really start putting them in the conversation of like they're punching towards being one of the best teams. For now, strength of schedule could factor into it. I'm happy to bring that up. So there's a chance that they drop off, but I think it's still cool to see like teams like Fear and Wildcard only 1-2 games behind the first place team and in this like top 4 clump right now.
Yeah, it's I just love that we're getting so much back and forth between a lot of this first half, at least the 8th. It's so tightly contested, especially the top 4 as well. It's going to be a lot of fun as we crest over week number 3 and go into week number 4. That is going to be it from us here. I want to give a huge thank you to Kangas and for Cubby.
Thanks, Bazell.
Hanging out with me and
since we ever moved in together. Wow.
I know, right? It's it feels good. Feels good to get a little bit of payback here. But I hope you all had fun with all the games and the games that we had in front of us today. To the production team behind us, Jay, you're incredible. Emily, thank you for helping keep everything running here. Ollie as well. Everyone watching, to all the players, we wouldn't be here without you all. So thank you all. We'll see you next time on Summoner's Rift, and have a wonderful night.